Just goes around bashing heads.
Correct.
What are you getting at?
To me, it felt like a performance.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, and welcome back to EJ's Movie Talk.
Night 2.
And boy, do we have a good movie for you tonight.
Well, it's not felt good.
Good in the aspect that it was different and certainly interesting.
Unique.
It was unique for sure. The Orphan First Kill. Alright, so I'll do a really quick synopsis. So I had to tell Erin this because she did not see the original one, but it is a sequel to Orphan, which is about a family that adopts this young girl. She ends up being crazy. Giant plot twist, this little girl is actually a 30-year-old woman, and I think she kills everybody. It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
Well, they tell you at the beginning of the movie she bashes their head in.
I think that was with another family. I feel like she's done this with multiple families.
Just goes around bashing heads.
Correct. So she's clearly a psychopath. So I don't even know how to go about this. The first big...
There's so much to unpack.
There's so much to unpack about this movie. It's a crazy movie, but like I want to talk about the actress that plays the orphan first. So she's clearly a child in the first movie. Like I think she was like 10 years old. And that is the big twist of the movie, is that she's not actually a child, but she has some sort of disorder that makes her look like a child. And we don't know that till the end. And it's like truly the big part of the movie is us finding that out. It's crazy. And I remember when I originally watched it, I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. So if you take away that element from the movie, it no longer has this like twist. So essentially it's a weird movie to want to do a sequel and a franchise of, because it was built, the first movie kind of is made by its big old twist that the orphan is actually a 10-year-old girl. So the second movie,
She's a grown woman.
So the second movie has the same actress
Who looks about 23 years old. Like,
so
looks like
here
grown woman
is
in
the
face.
problem. She does not look like a child anymore. I'm not quite sure where... I mean, I can understand that they wanted to use the same actress. I guess like the Freddy Krueger of this franchise is what they're trying to do. But it doesn't make sense because she does not look like a child. She looks like a 20-year-old woman, right?
Yeah, she just looks like a grown woman with pigtails, and every time they shot her from the back, they obviously used like a stunt.
They pulled every Hollywood magic trick they could to make her look like she was smaller and like a child than she is, but it's very obvious.
Lovely to be back. I miss my family very much.
It's just this is not a little girl. Like, she does not look like a little girl, and it looks, you can tell that they're doing all these little weird tricks. Like, she has a stunt double from the back that's a girl. It just doesn't work to me personally.
It's just not believable given the premise of the whole story.
I don't think the parents would actually believe that this is their adopted girl, and I feel like they would have had a better chance just getting another young girl to play the part of the orphan too, but then they wouldn't have their killer. The weird thing is like, what are y'all trying to do? I don't know. I guess they had success off Orphanage, so they're like, let's try and see if we can do it again. So with all that being said, I'm going to let Erin start this one because I started the last one.
To be honest, there's a lot to not like because the storyline, just everything about it did not make sense. This grown woman, first, she's at this psychiatric ward, right? So this worker tries to hook up with her, knowing she's crazy. He gets killed. Then she just kills other people and easily gets out. It was just kind of like, okay, none of this really makes sense. And then she goes to this family who has a missing daughter, and she's like pretending to be the daughter, and the whole family fully believes it. And it's like, okay, she looks like a grown
first,
woman.
But we soon...
The dad
buys it, which is like kind of ridiculous.
He believes it the whole time, and A, she doesn't look like a child, and B, it's like, you would recognize your kid, or you would know your kid, or if they were playing you, and it was somebody different. But even if I could get past that, she did not look like a child, and this dad's like, come on, honey, and it's like, supposed to be this girl with pigtails, dressing all different, acting all different, doesn't know anything about her past, has an accent. She'd only been gone like 3 years, and the family fully believed it. Obviously, it was only the dad that really believed it the whole time. but like even other people who met her or came into contact with her.
I think you can tell almost immediately this is like almost a straight to video B movie, because it's just like a lot of the things
Embraces it fully.
And if that's the sort of movie you like, or you can enjoy something like that, this might be your sort of movie. If you kind of like those a little bit campier, a little bit cheesier horror movies, this is your sort of movie for sure.
And so here's the one thing I did like at first that they did. They had a plot twist. So the plot twist occurred when the mom reveals that Esther, the son, had killed Esther.
4 years ago, she was still drawing stick figures.
Esther's behavior has been so erratic.
So the brother of Esther killed her, and the mom helped the son cover it up and hid the body. So they never believed her game the whole time, and they were just in on it because it was making the dad happy, and he was all depressed. So I was like, okay, this is kind of actually a cool plot twist, because it's like, okay, they don't believe it, and they have something to hide, so that's why they're in on it. But then they get all cheesy again, in my opinion, by like, they know who she is, they know she's like a crazy killer, and these people are just threatening her. They don't give a single flip.
Mommy, I made it for you.
We talked a lot during this movie because it was like not our type of movie, so we're just kind of talking through it. I think when movies are really bad, we just openly call out bad things. If a movie's good, on the other hand, we usually are very quiet because we want to watch it, and we don't want to respect the movie. This was not that sort of movie for us. I feel like we were on our phone a lot. So the movie did save itself at a certain point, because it was just kind of like, we were like,
it was fun to watch the mom and the brother kind of plot against her. She's plotting against them. That was fun. But at first I was like, this is getting cheesy again, because they're like openly threatening her. They're like not really scared of her at all. But once I got past that, I was like, okay, they're plotting against each other. This is fun. But at first I was like, there's no way. I mean, obviously they're awful people, but I'm like, you'd think they'd be a little bit intimidated by her, but they did not care. The brother was openly like threatening her, like getting in her face, like, I'll kill you, all this stuff.
Thank you, Mommy. I know, Mommy.
So I agree with all that. Honestly, the movie was, thankfully it did that. That was the only thing that stopped the movie from going from like boring bad to like at least interesting bad. Although even after this little plot reveal that they knew they killed Esther, the original daughter, and they knew that this was an orphan the whole time, that had my interest again. I was like, cool, so we're gonna have this like psycho family off. But I mean, in the end, the movie doesn't take itself serious at all. It makes a bunch of giant stupid mistakes. I'm not even gonna get into the time it takes, all the dumb silly mistakes they do. Like, they're trying to all kill each other. They like let get away at one point when it was like clearly that was gonna happen.
He like pushes her down the stairs and just assumes she's dead, and then they're like, where did she go?
It ends with a big fire. That's the story. Like, the movie just, honestly, it's crazy to me that a script of this like kind of just craziness gets passed. But like, I get it, because if it would have just been your run-of-the-mill like psycho orphan kills the family, there's nothing new, there's nothing interesting to that. And honestly, I would have been bored with that. So I was happy with the twist of that. But then they ruined that too by making everybody just kind of just unbelievable. Props to Julia Stiles. It's good to see her again in a bigger movie.
Long time. What she needs right now is her family. Esther? Sweetheart, it's Mommy.
Even the ending, she's just walking through this giant fire.
It's just silly. It's a silly movie. And if you're into that sort of thing, then go ahead and check this out. But the movie doesn't take itself serious. So knowing that going in, maybe you could enjoy it more. We went in kind of open-minded and found out. So review time. Erin, you want to give it a 1 out of 10 review?
4. It wasn't my thing. I will admit I was intrigued when they were plotting against each other. It got interesting for that like 20 to 30 minute period. But I just think...
But it squandered even that sort of interesting plot line. That's what kind of made me angry, is like, oh, you've got my interest again. They're all psychos. This could be fun. Yeah. But then they're all just dumb psychos. So... Yeah,
so like that was kind of interesting, and the plot twist was fun in the moment. but there was just so many unrealistic things that, like, I get it's a movie and not everything's gonna be realistic, but it was like back to back to back. Like, the storyline just isn't adding up, so I'd give it a 4.
And I hate to do this because I know when I give things horrible scores, people get angry because they like movies sometimes that I don't like. But I'm gonna go with like a 2. I mean, it even at its best, it's really bad. Like, and once again, if you're the type of person who likes a little bit more campier and cheesier horror movies, you could personally enjoy this. And if I knew that going into it, I might be able to enjoy it. But even the fun, they suck the fun out of it by just being dumb. We can't even enjoy all the blood-sucking family members because they just do the stupidest things. So, all right, there you have it. EJ's movie talk. Orphan First Blood.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Peace and blessings.
That's the story of